Your rhythm, timing, and distance. Like life, the art of 8 limbs favors those who make the right choices at the right time. And these aren't just principles in the ring. They're lessons I've carried with me long before stepping on the Thai soil. This past summer, I spent 3 months in Thailand. And it wasn't just about Muay Thai. It was about discovering how these principles shape everything. The way we move, the way we eat, and the way we experience culture, scenery, and connection. So what's up everyone, this is Brandon, and in this video I'm taking you along with me specifically to the 4 gyms I trained at. I'll show you what life is like inside the gym and on the outside, explore some areas, and also suggest whether a particular spot might be for you or not, depending on if you like the chill escapes, the party vibes, the beach versus the mountain, and all that jazz. So you see from the map, we're gonna land in Bangkok, then work our way down south, and then close out in the north in Chiang Mai. But before we throw any knees or elbows, let me give a quick backstory of what Muay Thai means to me. So it starts with moving to DC during the pandemic and joining my local gym. That feeling of community made all the difference to my physical and mental health during those challenging times in lockdown. Shout outs to Beta Academy. Fast forward to 2024, packing bags and head to Thailand. If you're coming from the States, you'll most likely have a layover. If I can, I try to make my layover work for me. I chose Tokyo because it's a great city to walk around, sightsee, grab food, take photos, all within the airport distance. Spent about a week in Bangkok, but I didn't do any Muay Thai. I simply just wanted to be a tourist, go sightseeing, eat a bunch of food, and just enjoy my time there. That all changed once I got to Hua Hin. Alright, let's go through a typical day at Sit Chow Pho or any other Muay Thai gym. So you wake up, say around 7 or 8, maybe a bit earlier if you plan on running. Me, I wake up probably around 6 or 7, catch the sunrise, eat a light snack like some mangoes, watermelon, or mango steams, then hop on the bike and head to the gym. Now, you probably want to make sure you have your water, electrolytes, and any other energy drink you might prefer. A lot of people were drinking sponsors. They were cool. First things first, warm up with some jump rope, stretching, shadow boxing. The heat and humidity might be the biggest obstacle for the first couple of days, but as time goes on, you'll get more accustomed to it. From there, go on to some bag work. A disclaimer, these were like the 2 lightest bags at the gym. The rest were like made of full cement, concrete, steel. So if you misjudge your timing or distance on those, you could end up breaking a foot. Just kidding, you're gonna be all right. Eventually, you'll be called over by one of the crews for pad work. So my relationship with Crew Him was hilarious. He would always try to get me to point my toes while I'm throwing my knees, and also just relax in my stance overall. My rhythm was either too chaotic or too rigid. And when I'm thinking I'm doing something good, he just look at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I thought I was doing it right. For me personally, I know it just takes constant conscious repetitions to get that muscle memory connection. Like I did notice on the bags, I usually have better hip turn on my kicks, but when I'm on pads, especially when it's kind of a higher pace, I get a little sloppy. When you replay your recordings, those are some areas of improvement you can recognize for your own self. I loved how the crews in Thailand use the expression, up to you. Simple but powerful. So I'm big on questions, and a lot of times I would ask, is this right, or what do I do after? And in the end, the choice was always ours. How we approached each situation, how we wanted to finish, whether it was an unbalancing push leading to a low kick, or a tight clinch followed by knees, it was always up to you. This next section is just me getting punched and kicked on by Jihan.
3 minutes 45-second round.
After all that, we're almost at the finish line. Just got to do some strength training, core work, and 100 knees, 100 teeps, and then you're on your way to go. Good job. From the gym, it was a quick 5-minute ride back to the bike loft. Pong and her family go above and beyond to take care of the guests, and it made it feel like a home away from home. And the food was absolutely amazing. I found myself ordering the Pad Krapao nearly every day. So if it's your first time in Thailand, Hua Hin is a great place to get immersed, learn the ropes before heading to other areas. There's a beach, a bit of a nightlife scene with bars and lounges, plenty of temple hikes within close distances, and if food is your thing, you won't be disappointed because there's plenty of local restaurants and night markets to keep you satisfied. So once I got comfortable on the bike, I was out. I was riding everywhere, but it took me a minute to get to that place. And I did fall my first day. Literally when I was leaving the gym, crew F was like, watch out for the turn when you're coming out. And the turn ended up turning me, but you dust yourself off and get back up and try again. So since the second class doesn't start till around 4, you got a little time to play with, whether you want to do some exploring or just a rest. Up to you. This temple, Wat Khao Tekiep, sits on the cliffs by the beach. The ride up there was quite scenic. You're riding close to the edge with the water peeking through the trees as you make your way up. So at the top, I met up with my boy Connor and we squeezed in some quick sightseeing before heading back for class. Fair warning though, it is called Monkey Mountain and the monkeys there are definitely not friendly. One of them tore my bike seat cushion out, so keep an eye out for your stuff.
Where'd you park at? Oh, I don't know.
Alright, back at the gym. So the second class is a bit more of the same, with pad work taking up the first part. But the last hour, it's all about clinching, an intense, sweaty amalgamation of bodies in the ring. It's important to know your limits and not push too hard, especially if you're only here for a couple days or weeks. If you need to take a class off or a day off, definitely do that. But at the same time, don't just skip because you're tired or not feeling it. That post-class dopamine hit will make it all worth it. I really enjoyed my time in Hua Hin at Sit Jiao Pho. It was fulfilling to see and hear Crew F's wisdom and philosophy in person. Everyone I met at the gym was so inspirational, not just fighters, but as masters of their own arts, whether that be poetry, teaching, music, or photography, to name some. I highly recommend Sit Jiao Pho to anyone looking for a 100% Muay Thai experience. Phuket. A lens of duality is needed here. One might see a hedonistic escape full of energy and indulgence. Another sees a tropical oasis rich in beaches, gastronomy, and culture. For me, it was both and neither, all depending on the path you choose. In the end, it's up to you. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. In Phuket, I was all about falling back. My agenda read something like this: beaches, coconut water, and sunbathing. Still wanted to train Muay Thai though, but I definitely was not committed to riding far distances to the places on Fitness Street or Bang Tao. So lucky for me, not too far from where I was staying was Naka Muay Thai. It had a great local gym fill-in, and the owner Tony was a great coach. He even ran me out a bike, which was the best one I had in all of southern Thailand, because the one I had in Krabi, brakes hadn't been replaced in I don't know how long. And bonus points, he also had a connection with Sit Chow Pho and Crew F. Naka Muay Thai was just what I needed for my stay in Phuket. Since I only had 1 week in Phuket, I had to make the most of it by doing all the tourist things, visiting temples, sunrises, sunsets, exploring night markets and all that fun stuff. Feet in the warm sand with a cool drink, just watching the waves come in and awaiting the sunset. From someone coming from Philly, this is paradise. Every pocket of Phuket had its own vibe. From Kata and Chalong to Phuket Town and Patong, whatever your scene is, you can find it over there. Being by the beach, hearing the timeless waves of the ocean, gave me the space to put some distance between myself and my thoughts, stepping back and reflecting on my own internal battles, the problems I carry with me, issues back home, relationships, friends, and family. Sometimes you need that outside angle to truly see things clearly. The stark contrast between Phuket Town and Bangla Road and Patong is fascinating. Just a 20-minute ride apart, these two places coexist as a perfect example of harmony and opposites. So if you're planning to visit Thailand between May through October, just know monsoons will monsoon if you're going along the Andaman coast. I believe the Gulf of Thailand has a different schedule. But even in the rain, it's still beautiful. I was recovering from some food sickness I got in Phuket, so my stay here was cut a bit short, unfortunately. Krabi is just a short 3-hour bus ride down, and more Sabai southern Thailand vibes even with the storms rolling in. Once I was all recovered, I headed to the only other gym I had planned to visit besides Sit Chow Pho. Ao Nang kept the tropical vibes with its beautiful, cozy beachfront. Just riding through felt like I was living in a postcard. Khun Suk is the opposite of those Instagram-verse reality posts. Its true essence can't be captured in pixels. This was the biggest gym size-wise that I visited, and I loved how it contrasted with the others I trained at before. It was a refreshing change in routine. The training, same, but different. We had group warm-ups with team-based games. There was one in particular with 4 different strength training stations. You had to go through them all, then run back and tag the next person on the team. It made the typical warm-up a bit more dynamic. And they definitely had that moist social game on lock. If you visit their page and see their reels, they make you want to just stop what you're doing and come right there to train. The crews there were phenomenal. They were playful, helpful, and made every session enjoyable. And all the dope people I met from all over the world that were training with me, shout outs to them.
Love you.
Thank you. I have the small size. Thank you. Gots to get you some boat noodles. Time to be a tourist. Southern Thailand can be whatever you want it to be. For me, Krabi was a chill escape with a plethora of beaches, islands, and mountains close by. When I was passing the limestone cliffs on the way to Tiger Cave Temple, it was like unforgettable. The traffic never got busy as Phuket. Phuket had similar beach vibes, but with more variety. Like if you want to do something beyond lounging at the beach or hiking. I did spend more time in Phuket though, so I know I missed out on a lot in Krabi. Since they're so close, I recommend trying both if you have the time. Now, saving my favorite for last, see you in Chiang Mai. Alright, we made it to the last stop in Chiang Mai. So when I got here, I was greeted by a big downpour. I thought I was going to be escaping the rain down south. It turned out to be even worse up here. It rained almost nearly every day for my first week. First things first though, I got some khao soi and looked up the nearest Muay Thai gyms. In Chiang Mai, there's like one on every corner. Bear Fight Club was just too good of a name to not try out. So even though it was constant rain for that first week, I was able to find my consistent rhythm again. The timing with the weather might not have been ideal, but by the time I was training there twice a day, I felt like I was in my best Muay Thai shape yet. The Bear had the old school gym vibe, which I absolutely love. The training was tough, but it was worth every drop of sweat. Let me shout out Tidal, No Name, and Conchai, some of my favorite crews I trained with in Thailand. They really made the experience unforgettable. When Tidal would hold pads for me, he would just give me this chill confirmation if I did something right. He would be like, yeah. And it was just so satisfying to hear. The old city has a charm like no other. Everything is walkable. Cafes, noodle shops, jazz clubs, temples, and night markets, all nestled together. And after being in Phuket and Krabi, where some things are walkable depending on where you're at, but most of the time you have to have a bike, it was nice just being able to get out and just walk somewhere easily. So as my time in Thailand came to a close, I couldn't help but think about the bonds I built here. It's beautiful how a shared love for Muay Thai can bring people together no matter where they're from. I met people from all over the world, some just starting out, hobbyists like myself, or others fighting professionally. But once you step into the gym, none of that matters. It's just effort, discipline, and heart, or what they call Jaisu.
You like it?
Oh yeah, the box is really good.
I used to have a GoPro, but like it would always film me when I needed the most. Like, working with the crews in Thailand made me appreciate the art of teaching. I've always admired teachers. They have one of the most important roles in life. What could be more valuable than passing knowledge from one person to another? Ideas, art, and even recipes are the lifeblood of any culture. Without someone to carry these traditions forward, they can easily be lost. History is full of examples of knowledge disappearing, not just by chance, but sometimes through intentional eradication or suppression. Entire languages, philosophies, and ways of life have been erased, whether through conquest, colonization, or cultural assimilation. Without those willing to preserve and share knowledge, so much of what makes us who we are could vanish. So big shout outs to all the teachers all around the globe. Brandon cares, don't nobody else care. Just a little post-class chong and chill session.
ล็อกยังไงสปีดอยู่ที่ลงมาแล้วตะกี้ก่อนไป
The old city has a boxing stadium by the East Gate that a lot of bear fighters would fight out of. So of course I had to show love to the crew. My 3 weeks in Chiang Mai came and went just like that. It was, without a doubt, my favorite place, with Phuket being a close second. The food pulled me in, the people made me smile, and the landscape made me fall in love. So let's revisit those 3 principles we talked about at the beginning of this video. Rhythm isn't just about the movement of your feet. It's about the consistency you bring to life, the dedication to show up even when it's hard. Finding your rhythm is what keeps you moving forward, whether in the ring, in relationships, or in pursuing your goals. Timing is the art of action, not waiting for the perfect moment, but creating it. It's about knowing when to strike, when to rest, and when to move forward. In life, just like in Muay Thai, perfect timing rarely exists, but it's better to act than sit idle. And distance. It's knowing when to step back, to create space, reflect, and gain perspective. Whether it's the distance between fighters in the ring, or the mental space we create in life, it gives us clarity and helps us see the bigger picture. These principles remind us to stay consistent, to act with purpose, and to reflect when needed. And in the end, it's all up to you.